Motion carried.
Thank you. Is there any old business?
No.
To be discussed? No? Any committee or organization reports?
I have
Mr.
one.
Mr. Philipchak?
He can go first.
The Finance Committee meeting was on November 5th, 2015. The audit exit is done by Mr. Gannon, outside auditing firm of Wilson Company. A lively discussion was made by GASB number 68, which is a Government Accounting Standard Board's opinion on pension liability. I want to thank Dr. Cohen, Mrs. Chu, for their attendance and their participation, and next meeting scheduled for December the 3rd.
I was there.
I am sorry I missed that, because GASB 68 is one of my favorite ones.
It was stimulating.
Ah. Next time.
Ms. Becker was also at the meeting.
There we go.
What did GASB 68 say?
It was very, very, very complicated.
Tell us.
It's too hard to explain.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite novels in high school.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
It's close.
The movie was
The Great
awesome.
Gatsby 68.
The movie was awesome.
Yes.
Wasn't it, that's the pension issue, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, I appreciate that kind of thing, but
It was just a little accounting
Great
group.
costume.
It's just love pension discussion.
Oh, my God.
Okay, Mrs. Shaw.
Yesterday, the Garden State Coalition of Schools met here in East Brunswick. Our initial topic of conversation dealt with the Common Core Standards Review. Our Garden State President, Chuck Sampson, sits on the Committee of 23, which is the committee that reviews the recommendations of the various subcommittees. He did mention that their work has centered upon simplifying language, streamlining ideas, but overall trying to maintain the integrity of standards as they have been for the last few years. And hopefully our teachers and educational staff will appreciate that things are not going to get turned totally upside down by our Common Core Standards Review Committee. Much of the conversation centered on the School Funding Reform Act. We are now in the 5th year without following it. When we conducted our legislative panel at the Atlantic City, New Jersey School Boards Association workshops, we did have a number of the legislators who were there indicating that they felt that the time may well have come for us to take a look at the School Funding Reform Act and perhaps start all over again. The Garden State Executive Board will be meeting with Commissioner Hespy next week in an effort to try to bring to his desk some of the ideas that we had. The overall message, of course, from the Garden State Coalition of Schools is that we seek stability, balance, and fairness. We want to inform the public that much of the increases that have been made to the education appropriations in the last few years really have not gone to the kids in the classroom, but more likely have gone to so-called adult funding for pensions and Social Security. Lastly, I'd like to mention that we were notified yesterday that Massachusetts recently ditched the PARCC exam and are going to work on a hybrid exam of their old test and the PARCC. And so now we have one more who has fallen down. And
Does that mean
anyway,
they got rid of Common Core too, or just the PARCC test?
I believe it's just the PARCC testing.
So I didn't think you could do one without the other.
Well, we are doing the PARCC testing here in New Jersey, even though our governor has said that we no longer will be bound by the Common Core standards, so.
Right. I mean, the Common Core did exist before the park became the platform. And Massachusetts was one of the states that we mirrored ourselves against,
Exactly.
correct?
Yeah. Well, and I think that, you know, a lot of people look towards Massachusetts as being an educational leader among the states, after New Jersey, that is.
Right, right. After.
time will
Yes.
tell.
But anyway, always an interesting meeting with the Garden State Coalition, and any thoughts that, you know, any of the board members have regarding school funding issues, I'd be happy to report them to my colleagues on the Garden State Coalition.
Thank you. Is there any other committee reports for tonight?